Hello, welcome to Dry Creek Beekeeping. So as you can see, I am here with a couple of hive packages, and in this video I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to install these hive packages. So first things first, if the packages came connected like mine were, and as you can see they are connected, then the first thing that you're going to want to do is take these beams off to separate them. Alright, and then once you've got the bee packages separated from each other, and I'm just going to set one off to the side and do that later, then what you're going to want to do is pop this off if this is on there. If it's not, then you don't have to worry about that. And now you'll be able to see there is a can here, and there's a string going from the can over this way. This string is attached to the queen, so you're going to want to be careful about not really moving that, for now at least. Now you can go ahead and take the lid off your hive, and you can see the frames here. Just remove a few of those frames, maybe like 3 or 4, and make sure the entrance reducer is in. I like to set it to the smallest opening there is, and that will just help to make sure that the bees are safe once they get in here. Not all packages are going to look exactly like this. I personally got mine from Mountain Sweet Honey. They have always done very good with these, and I've never had a problem with them. The next thing that you're going to want to do is use your hive tool to pop this out. The can is a sugar water feeder for the bees, and they won't really be needing that anymore. And you can go ahead and shake this off, get all the bees off. Alright, so the next step is to very, very carefully remove the queen. Alright, once you have removed the queen, carefully remove her cage. And then I like to take a quick check to make sure that she is in there and doing well. Unfortunately, I am covered in bees, so let me just shake all those bees off. And sure enough, she is in there and doing well. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but she is in there. And there are also multiple other bees with her, and those multiple other bees are just some caretakers who are with her. Those are nothing to worry about. So for now, just set the queen off to the side, and now it's time to put all the bees in their new home. And to do this, it's actually pretty simple. All you gotta do is flip it upside down and start shaking. And you'll be able to see the bees inside moving around. They'll kind of form like little clusters. Just maneuver those clusters around until they come out, and you can shake it pretty vigorously. Maybe tap it on stuff to get them to move. And then once most of them are out, you can set this off to the side. Now, as you can see, there are a ton of bees in here. Look at all of them. Now, the next thing that you want to do has to do with the queen. In my case, there is a sugar block here, and the bees will slowly eat through that, and that introduces the queen. However, if you don't have one of these sugar blocks, then you're going to want to put a marshmallow where this cork is. But like I said, for me, all I gotta do is take my hive tool and carefully pop that cork out. And as you can see, she's still blocked in there by the sugar. Now you can start replacing these frames. Try to be careful to crush as few bees as possible when you do this. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter too much, but that's kind of what I like to do. Make sure that as few as possible get killed. By now there will be a lot of bees swarming around you. Don't really be afraid of this. The bees aren't very likely to actually sting since they don't have much to live for right now. They aren't fully connected with their queen and they don't have a hive. Now with the queen cage, which you can see is starting to have quite the buildup of bees on it, you can take this, spread apart the frames a little bit, set her down in between there, and then squish the frames back together. Try to set her in the middle frames here when you do this, and also try to do it in a way that the queen cage doesn't fall. Unfortunately, I cut the strip here a bit short, so I'm just going to have to squish them in between the frames and hope that nothing bad happens. Because if the queen falls, there's a chance that she might become trapped. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of bees still flying around here. But don't wait for all these bees and just go ahead and put the lid on. Now, you're also going to want to think about a method of feeding them. Try to think about this in advance before you do this. And I personally am doing a jar feeder, so I'll show you guys how that's done. First, you're going to want a jar full of 1-to-1 part sugar water. And then you're going to want to take a nail and punch a couple holes in the lid of the jar. Very, very small holes so that the liquid doesn't just come pouring out. I personally just like to do 3 holes in a line like this, so that way it matches with the opening on here. Kind of brush the bees back into that opening, and then you're going to want to put some sort of mesh over it so that the bees can't get in or out. Alright, so once you get the jar on, then you need an extra deep super, and you can go ahead and place that deep super around the jar, put the lid on, and say goodbye to your hive for a week. In a week's time, you can go ahead and take a look at your hive and make sure that the queen has escaped the queen cage and that she is laying eggs and they are doing well. Until then though, the best thing to do is be patient and wait for your hive to do their thing. Well, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you guys in the next video.